Hi everyone, I'm Vixey and welcome back to my art channel. As usual, if there's anything you would like me to add to the welcome board, please put it in the comments below. And today we're up to the letter K. So K is for kitten. I have talked about my cat in previous videos and how doing this tribute to my cat is how I'm dealing with grief. So, and this is a bit of an emotional journey for me. Thank you for just being here and being supportive and helpful. And we're just gonna get stuck into this. I have pre-mixed a little bit of blue paint because he was sleeping on blue blankets. As I mentioned earlier, he absolutely loves to sleep on blue blankets. And blue is a color that I have mentioned that I looked up and it was like one of the more favorite colors that most people have. And that's across all countries and across genders as well. They did a fairly large cross-section of people in their surveys and found that blue was the favorite color. And I suspect part of that might be the fact that when people do look up at the sky, it is blue. Or at least humans perceive it as blue. A lot of people are like, why is the sky blue? It's actually not blue, it's kind of clear. It's the color of air and oxygen, and just the way the sunlight filters through the particles and gets refracted, it causes the sky to be a lovely blue color to us human eyes. And I remember as a child that I used to play in the playground with the other kids, as most kids do, and we were playing Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and I remember that we were on this big wooden climbing fort. It was 3 stories high, and it was like this big fort that was made out of like wooden logs. So it was fairly large, and even when I went back and looked at it before they tore it down, when I was already in my 20s and I went back to that primary school, let's have a look. Yeah, even then I was looking up going, wow, that was really high. That was really high up. 3 stories. It really was 3 stories. And we were playing Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles on the 3rd story. So the top one. You know, at the time, of course, the boys insisted that I was April. Like, because, you know, April's the girl, the reporter, right? And a fight broke out between Raphael and... was it Donatello or Leonardo? Oh wait, no, it was between Donatello and Leonardo because they were arguing about who should be in charge, as usual, right? So they were fighting each other, and Michelangelo, the kid that was playing Michelangelo, he wanted to break up the fight between the 2 of them, and he ran up and did a flying karate kick. I was standing on the balcony, pretending to be April, going, breaking news, right? And the kid that was playing Michelangelo did a flying kick between the 2 of the fighting Donatello and Leonardo's, and his foot just went straight through the middle of them and hit me right in the chest, and I fell over backwards off the balcony. They had like a rail sort of thing. I fell over backwards, And I landed on my back, and I must have had a concussion or something, because I definitely blanked out for a little bit. But like, I was basically just looking right up at the sky, at this just beautiful, clear sky. There wasn't a single cloud. I was just drowned in this beautiful golden light, and it did actually cross my mind, am I dead and in heaven? Like, I was like, am I alive? And it was the weirdest feeling, because I actually felt more alive than I have ever felt in my entire life. And I just remember just seeing this perfect blue of this just absolutely clear summer sky. And so that's what I associate with when I see the color blue. And although blue is not my favorite color, pink is my favorite color. That is certainly a strong memory, and I do have very fond feelings associated with blue. Again, if you have a favorite color and you have like some sort of story or something or a reason why that is your favorite color, please share it with us. Please pop that in the comments. I kind of, again, wish that we were live so that I could ask you straight away and get your responses, and we could, you know, share and discuss. But so again, as always, please like, share, subscribe. If I get more people subscribing and viewing, then I can start using those tools. Yeah. So I'm just very broadly putting down this background. It is definitely just going to be the first layer though. As I've mentioned a few times, the idea for this is that I do want to make it a realistic painting. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put down the base in very broad stroked outlines and get the basic shape. And then I'm going to go in with some detailed brushes and just slowly build up the details over the top of these broad-based brushes. So this is only the beginning, and this is going to be a very challenging journey for me, because it is a style of painting that I'm not particularly experienced with. This is I'm usually a lot more loose and whimsical with my painting, so this challenge for me is going to challenge if I can in fact do hyperrealism or realism at all. We'll see how close I get. And yeah, so I think part of the fun of this channel is the guessing what's going to happen next, and if it's all going to work out well or not. So there is that. I've already run into the problem of I did not mix enough paint, anywhere near enough paint, to cover the entire portion of this that is going to be blue. So I'm going to just keep mixing some more. And I try to remember roughly what the ratios and stuff was that I mixed, so that I can try to get it as close as possible. And hopefully I have enough of this metallic blue. I'm going to put a fair bit more of this iridescent. I'm going to use a cleaner brush for the iridescence, because the last thing you want with such a big pot of this stuff is to contaminate it to the point where using other paints is gonna mess up the colors. That's just keep mixing this blue. It is going to be a blanket. I do want it to have a fairly even color though, even though I suppose the blanket itself is not really like one color sort of thing. And it's probably more important to get my kitten the right color than it is to get the blanket. And especially since this base coat, again, I will be going over with some more colors, so there is that too. We're really going to get in there with the blue. Really slop all that blue right on there. I'm going to start putting in some of this, like, I'm not going to really say texture, it's more like just how the blanket was a little bit, the fibers were a bit wavy, like, and fabric-like, rather than static. And Mum was always saying that she wished she had given our cat more hugs and kisses while he was still alive. Which, you know, is a valid sentiment. I think quite often a lot of us, we certainly wish that we had appreciated the people in our lives more. And kisses are a good way of showing affection. It's kind of interesting too because human biology as well kind of kicks in a bit when you do have like physical contact like that. There's a lot of the happy chemicals in your brain go off, you know, like the oxytocin and the dopamine. And I think not all people, but I think some people, like, they particularly like miss that dose of happiness that you can get from just hugging and kissing loved ones. These days it just sort of seems kind of a bit rare to show that kind of affection. With friends and family, and I don't really know where that came from. I do remember, like, in the 80s when I was growing up, there were a lot of what we now call two sundres, which is the Japanese term for someone who's like really tough on the outside and softy on the inside. And I think that kind of trope though, like, made everybody think that it was kind of expected to be like all tough on the outside, regardless of whether or not they were soft on the inside at all. And it started kind of becoming a bit of a trend that everyone thought they had to be like tough. And I mean, of course these days we call it like toxic masculinity, that perhaps the males kind of took that upon themselves a bit more than us females did. But I think, I mean, it's fine to be tough, right? It's good to be tough. Fairly often, a lot of situations call for being tough. But it is totally okay to be affectionate and gentle and caring towards other people. Particularly pets. Like, they are fluffy and soft and want to be patted, and certainly pet your pet as much as you possibly can. I mean, okay, some people's cats will completely tear them to shreds and bite them and stuff, but Tabby was a really good cat in that sense. He very, very, very rarely bit or scratched anyone or anything. And yeah, he'll be very much missed. But my point was that hug and kiss the people you love as much as you can, and, you know, it's okay to be soft and affectionate and gentle with the people around you. And that goes for if you are a boy or a girl or anything in between. Yeah, that's coming along quite nicely. We are getting a few different blue textures here, but the blanket he was sitting on also. So yeah, next episode we will continue with painting kitten Heavy. We call Heavy for short. His name's Pavel. And yeah, I hope to see you in the next video. So please like, share, subscribe, and good luck, and love you. Bye.